in Africa, the African continent, 4 kids die every 90 seconds due to being exposed to a contaminated water source. Access to safe drinking water changes a lot in a community. When I was working for government, one of the things that I noticed was that if you look at, for example, where I stay at the moment, which is in Fourways, it's very different how you get access to water when you are in a suburb compared to when you're in an informal settlement in the same city. Residents were complaining about adverse health that they were experiencing, and a lot of the residents were saying that the water doesn't actually taste good. It sometimes doesn't look good. So residents started getting sick in this community. I realized that there's so much technology that's out there that we can use to do decentralized at source water treatment, catchment, as well as distribution at a smaller scale. Nanotechnology at the time was quite a big thing, and nanotechnology is some technology that we can use to ensure that we can cheaply treat water, because the biggest challenge when it comes to water treatment is electricity. I saw that there are other areas that we can use, or other technology that we can use that doesn't need as much electricity. What I wanted to do then was to work with smaller communities that have either one of two challenges. So water quality issue, such as the Temba area, or the water quantity issue where there is not enough sufficient water in those areas. So it works like a kidney, like a person's kidney. So person's kidney, toxins come into your body, and the kidney physically separates toxins from, let's call it clean material. All of the waste that we generate, we send it back into the garden. So the treatment system you see, for example, the container in the site, that shipping container has a tank, a 5,000 liter tank for clean water, and a pipe that runs. So for every backwash where we do our wastewater discharge, that water runs into the garden, which is just behind the tank.
We get encouraged when we work with entrepreneurs like Murendeni of KUSINI Water, who are never afraid to take a call and who are able to respond even at the shortest of notice to an opportunity. Sometimes these opportunities are not necessarily those that bring money, but maybe the opportunities to position and expose him to a wide range of partners and possible investors and funders. He is available, and the willingness to also mentor others, someone who is not afraid that he can share his technology or his business model to other people. That's a visionary entrepreneur in my opinion. So we're excited to work with entrepreneurs like that, and that's the kind of stuff that we encourage our entrepreneurs to think about.
No, even the kiosk is going to be of benefit, so that the parents of the learners must then come and buy water here, so that learners, when they are at school and when they are at home, they drink the clean water.
The money that we get out of the money that we are selling, the water that we are selling, we'll use it to achieve some of our projects that remain outstanding to us. Like, we don't have a library, a hall. We don't have a computer room here. This money that we generate out of this kiosk, all of the water we produce here, we'll utilize it.
We work with the government of Flanders. In fact, they have been working in South Africa for a number of years. We work on a program called Exige, which looks at reaping potential for entrepreneurship for a green economy in South Africa. And the specific focus of this program is actually identifying and supporting technically and financially eco-inclusive entrepreneurship in the climate adaptation space. As a result, for example, KUSINI Water is beginning to spread into other spaces across the country with some of like-minded entrepreneurs who've got interest in the kind of innovations that they have.
So if someone wakes up and their lives is slightly different, I think that's what inspires me, slightly different.
I thought you will have problems with COVID, but COVID actually gave me an opportunity, and he's been able to exploit that.
With the COVID outbreak last year, a bigger need came for clean water, safe sanitation and hygiene within schools, areas where kids frequent, and we noticed that without clean water, a lot of these areas would suffer greatly. We're not going to necessarily solve the water problem on our own. We'll be foolish to think that. So we can form partnerships, we can use our technology to better improve those partnerships. So we open source our technology, we replicate it to as many people as possible, and we support them for a period
KUSINI and DuPont help us a lot because of now we know that we could drink clean water at school, and we can come and buy it at the kiosk over there.
I want to thank from the depth of my heart Murendeni for coming handy to us and not being selfish from presenting a project like this to us, and his commitment and dedication in making sure that indeed the project becomes a success.